as you come up to your 100th birthday.
Yeah, well, I'd say time flies fast, and I didn't think I'd make it this far. When I was I'd say about in the 40s or 50s, I didn't think I'd go past 70, because the life expectancy of the men were short. Now the women, they lived a long time. My mother went to 108, and the only reason she died is because she stopped eating. There wasn't a thing wrong with her, but I don't know. It's great. I started all this out in California, and took most of my surveying at the University of California, and came to Indiana. Of course, I brought my Jeep with me.
What year is it again?
42, 6-volt, and it's been in action. It came from the Philippines. When the war was over, a guy brought it back. Had I either be an admiral or a general, because at that time you couldn't bring a vehicle home, you know. And but anyway, he brought it home, and it was hit by a Japanese, hit it with a shell, and it was damaged a little bit, but he couldn't fix it up. So he sold it to some other guy who was going to school out there, and he couldn't fix it up. And I bought it from him, $400 and $475, and I fixed it up. And I brought it back after I came back to Indiana. I brought it back. I had it traded. My wife brought a good car. She was pregnant with our first child. And we went back for a vacation, took the Jeep, came back again. I got a lot of miles on it. We went up in the mountains when I was out in California. I wanted to show my wife where we did, in boot camp, where we did a lot of training, you know, and especially, come on over. We've got the...
I was about the photo bomb.
But we did a lot of maneuvering war games out on Mount Diablo. It was east of San Francisco there. And took the Jeep up in the mountains and showed my wife where I was killed. Yeah, the referees always came to me and said, "You're dead." Oh. And kind of funny, but I lived through it. And
so you've had that Jeep yourself since?
Oh yeah, I had it a long time. I had it out on the desert.
Since the 40s. You've had it since the 40s, huh?
Oh yeah, since the war was over. It wasn't very long, and of course, I had an airplane too. Right. And when I went back to school, I had to get rid of my airplane because I couldn't afford to keep an airplane while I was going to school. Right. You just can't do that. Yeah. Insurance will eat you up.
Okay.
And but I had to get rid of my airplane, but I still had my Jeep.
Sure.
And it's a great machine. It runs like a sewing machine. I overhauled the engine one time, and out in my farm I had a detail stripped on the kitchen table. And of course my wife had been deceased. She died early, and the farm, stayed on a farm. So when I had my Jeep detail stripped the engine on the kitchen table, there was nobody to holler. And I take care of it. And still runs like a sewing machine.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
And every now and then there's some military convoy goes through Indiana, and they want me to lead them through Indiana with that Jeep. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Put the flags on it. And actually, it's you go through these small towns and see the people watching the parade go by, and when they see that American flag, I always keep a big American flag, the old one, the one with 48 stars.
Sure.
I figure I like the old flag the best. And you see the enthusiasm. It kind of gives you a lot of spirit. You know, there's a lot of people out there that want to keep our country going.